it's called Too Many Squirrels. And there's a reason for that. But we don't have a website. We do have a Facebook page if you look for Too Many Squirrels Sacto. We just played a really good show on Friday, and we'll be playing again a couple of shows in March. So
at the Turf Club?
At the Torch Club one, and then the other one is at in Woodland at a place called the Blue Note.
Yeah.
So that's going to be fun. But it's a good band. We're fun. We have a lot of fun.
Okay, you all know this song, and My Rising Stars. You guys are going to sing with us, right? You can come on up, too, if you'd like.
If you'd like.
Hi, Laura. Hi, Ruth. Hi, Cookie. We miss you.
I'm sorry, but that's just amazing. Thank you, thank you. Let's see if this is on. Are you on? Am I on?
This mic is already switched on.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Go for it.
Okay. Thank you so much for that music. That was amazing. And let's all say happy anniversary to Ruth and Cookie. They are
Happy anniversary!
All right. I love our music. I'm Reverend Sharon Dunn, the Senior Minister here, Spiritual Director at the Sacramento Center for Spiritual Living, where we believe that you can change your thinking by changing your
Or the other way.
mind. That's what we believe. Or the other way around.
Yeah.
Go Niners! Okay. I am welcoming all of you, and let's do what we call an invocation, which is to settle in from that wonderful music to being here and now. And so we know that there's one power, one presence, one soul, one heart, one light, one life, one peace, one joy, all one. And so we know that this one that creates everything out of itself has created me and everyone here, everyone joining us from whatever and wherever you are at whatever time. It is all in divine right order. And so I give thanks for this morning for everyone here who has come to be in the room and for those who have joined us for our message today from Reverend Debbie from our music ministry, the One Love Band. I am so grateful for all of this, knowing that the message is perfect, just what we need to hear. The music uplifts us, and that this center is uplifted. And therefore, the community, the country, and the world. I'm so grateful to know this as we say all together. And so it is. And now we have some readings that Reverend Debbie has picked out. One from Ernest Holmes. Gratitude is the attitude that opens the door to abundance. Ashe. Abraham Hicks says, the fastest way to bring more abundance into your experience is to take constant notice of the wonderful things that are already there. And again, our teacher and founder Ernest Holmes says, appreciation, gratitude, and thanksgiving, the motive, power which attracts and magnifies the hidden potentialities of life. And I want to do this last one all together. Please join me. Change your thoughts and you change your world. That's what I meant to say. And so it is my honor and privilege to bring back our band. Yes. Looks like they're going to sing an original, am I right? Called Today is the Day.
I wrote the song for Sue so she can cut loose on the electric guitar.
Good.
Okay.
Woo.
She can. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Today is the day. It's a beautiful day. It's a wonderful day. It's the very best day. Today is the day. It's the very best day to be loved. Today is the day. Let the light shine through you. It's a beautiful day. So let the feeling get to you. Today is the day. It's the very best day. It's a wonderful day to feel love.
is the very best day to be loved. I love that. Good morning, Sacramento Center for Spiritual Living. It's been a long time. I haven't spoken in quite a while because of other endeavors, and I'm so grateful to have been invited today. And so today I give my gratitude and appreciation first and foremost to Reverend Sharon, who asked me to speak today. Thank you. And to all of you who are here and supporting me and this endeavor. So the theme with SCSL for the year is a grand rising. What a noble and wondrous theme that we can interpret any way we want to, really. Don't let me stand in places I'm not supposed to.
No,
okay. And so a grand rising is what we are doing with our lives every day, and that is our theme for the month as well, a grand rising, which is kind of awesome because traditionally the first month of a new year in Science of Mind is when we dive back into the first 4 chapters of the textbook. And while I'm not going to do that too much today, it is when we go back to what is this that we're talking about? What is this that we practice? What is the first chapter, the thing itself? How does it work? And I know that there have been some talks on subjects related to that. And today I'm going to take you on a particular journey that's kind of my own tangential how this is working for me. Reverend Sharon had texted me saying, we would love to hear about your journey with Science of Mind. And I thought, you know, I can go 6 months back in time, and 6 months ago, I completely unwittingly, do you ever do anything completely, like, I had no idea what I was actually doing. When I started a gratitude practice, and what I did was there's probably a picture on here. You know, I've been publishing on this platform called Kindle Vella. It's through Amazon, and so I've published my fiction on there. It's a new enough platform that there was a lot of demand for additional content, and I'm not that quick. Okay, maybe I'll be that quick, so I'm not going to put that out there. But I felt like I needed time to edit and publish the content that I have, but how could I get more out there in the meanwhile to meet demand? And so for doing something, all of the noble gurus talk about having your why. What is my why? You know, what? And so in this particular case, it was a little bit mundane. It was like, I need more content out there, so I am going to do something. What can I do? And there was another author. Her name is Cynthia Winfield. She's a Vella author, and she was posting this gratitude work that she was doing. And they would be things that were, you know, she's on the East Coast. I drove to Florida with my husband, and the flock of birds in the field was so beautiful. The sunrise. This diner that we went to had the most amazing burger. These were not necessarily they were life-changing things because everything is, but they weren't necessarily like these huge, this amazing thing happened to me. It was more that attention to detail. All of these amazing things are happening to me every day. You know that saying, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step? I was reading it in the parking lot because it popped into my head on the way here. And it turns out another translation is, the journey of 1,000 miles begins right where you are. I like that. And we're going to start right there. You all have an index card and hopefully a pen. If you don't have an index card or a pen, raise your hand. And I just want you to take a minute or two. You need a pen?
Yeah.
I just want you to take a minute or two, just a short period of time, to write down something that you're grateful for. And if you write down a couple details about it, that's fine. It doesn't have to be a whole lot, but just write down something. And if you're online, you do this too, whether it's on your computer or whether you're writing it down on a piece of paper. Write down something you're grateful for. And once you have that, you can just set it aside, and we'll go back to the talk. That was it. That was the quiz. Someone was asking me what was the test today, and I basically said, whether you pass or whether you don't, the answer is you're still loved. right? So this is not about passing a test. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Another common quote we use in Science of Mind is change your thinking, change your life, or the version that we had today from Ernest Holmes, which had to do with how we change our thoughts and therefore we change our world. This gratitude journey that I started on, Grateful Every Day, which now has 67 episodes, and that's only because I'm 5 or 6 weeks behind in publishing them. This became a life-changing practice. And I don't know, we don't really need to look at this the whole time. Should I leave it up, or is there a way to just
Leave it up.
just leave it up? Okay, fine. So I want to take you on my journey and how this has been transformative for me. I first learned that I thought I was really a disciplined person, right? I thought I was a disciplined person, and I'd get to late at night, I'd be in the bath or I would be in my bed and think, I have not done that gratitude practice today. Everything else came first. Everything else. This was a new practice for me. I hadn't done it, and so I would sit in the tub because I like taking a bath at night sometimes, or I would sit in my adjustable bed and go, okay, it's 11:30 at night, I'm tired, I have to go to work tomorrow, and I'm going to do the gratitude practice. And so I disciplined myself to do that. I started doing it more and more frequently. It was not every day at first. At this point, it's kind of become a habit 6 months later, but just the habit of discipline was the very first step. The next thing that it taught me was neural pathways. We talk about creating new neural pathways, right, in our minds. And so here I am practicing gratitude every day, and I find that I have a lot of yes buts in my gratitude. I'm out walking and it's beautiful outside, and I think, oh, I really like those solar panels. I'm so glad we put in solar, and it's going to be great once they're connected. Or I like how the yard has been trimmed and my husband has had people in to, trim all the trees, and it's going to be wonderful, but I'm kind of worried about this thing. So there was a lot of yes buts in my gratitude practice. And I thought I was a person, I still think I'm a person who has disciplined my mind for decades to lean towards the positive. Reverend Sharon has been telling us for 1,000,000 years, or at least, maybe 8, I'm not sure, to turn our telescope towards what we want to bring into our lives. What do we want to bring into our lives? And I discovered that my telescope had, some gummy spots on it, apparently. Even when I was turning it, either it was a little rough to turn it, or it hadn't been cleaned properly, or whatever it was. I needed even more discipline. And so when those thoughts came up, I thought, I am not looking for a yes but kind of gratitude practice. And in fact, there's this book I was reading. It's called The Gratitude Diaries. I highly recommend it. And when she started her gratitude practice, because apparently I didn't invent this, go figure. But anyway, when she started hers, she said, on the first day, she's, ready to start, she says, I write down, so thankful for, ... the chance to start my year of gratitude with this journal. I started to add, even though I'm not sure it will work. She says, but I stopped myself. In my gratitude journal, I didn't need balance or complaints or shades of gray. It was okay to look at only one side of the story. Nobody was keeping score. Let's look at one side of the story. And as a matter of fact, I'll tell you one of my favorite teaching stories. You've heard it from me before. Because it's a favorite, you'll hear it from me again, I'm quite sure. Once upon a time, there was an old farmer working in a field. And the day was kind of hot, and one of the things he loved to do was just kind of, once his chores were done, just talk to the people who were going by. And so there was this man who was walking down the road. It was a dusty gravel road, and the man had a cart that he was pulling or pushing, depending on whether he got tired of pulling or pushing it, that was full of stuff, full of his belongings. And so the farmer said, where are you going? And the man said, oh, I'm moving to the next town over. For whatever reason, he was moving. And the man said, by the way, how are the people over there in that town that I'm moving to? And the farmer said, well, how are those people where you came from? And he said, oh my gosh, you would not want to be around them. They were backbiting, they were mean, they were awful, they never supported you, and I'm glad to be leaving them behind. And the farmer wiped the sweat from his brow and nodded sagely and said, you will find the same in the village you're going to. And a few days later, another man comes walking down the road, very similar circumstances, also has this cart that he's pulling. He's going the same direction. So it's not like he's going from town B to town A. He's going from town A to town B. He's going the same direction. He stops for a drink, and the farmer asks him where he's going. Well, I'm moving to this town. By the way, how are the people in that town that I'm moving to? And the farmer said, how are the people where you came from? And he said, oh my gosh, they were the most amazing people. They were loving and supportive. I had the best community. I'm keeping friends from there. We're already making plans to visit. And the farmer nodded sagely, and you know what he said. You will find the same in the town that you're going to. Change your thinking, change your life. I did not realize 6 months ago that I was embarking on a new journey of changing my thinking and changing my life. I did not realize that the first lesson would be discipline, and that the second lesson would be that I hate to use the word need, but I choose to be even more positive. I choose to focus only on the things I am grateful for. And I did not know some of the gifts that it would start to bring me. So I did this thing where, for example, we traveled back east, and the first few days I was back there with our daughter and her new husband. I got to marry them. It was so exciting in a beautiful backyard ceremony. But I kind of gave up the gratitude practice. I had only just started it, and I thought, well, I'm on vacation. I don't usually do my writing when I'm on vacation. And then I decided to start doing it anyway a few days in. And we were having some friction. I don't know if you guys ever have friction with family. I love our daughter to pieces, and staying with them was not always easy. But we were there for a beloved week and a half, and a month later I go back and I start reading these posts, because it takes me about a month to go back and edit them and get them uploaded onto Vella. And I'm reading about how we're sitting outside of Vic's Waffle House, and we're going to have dulce de leche waffles. Or, you know, we've gone to this beach at sunset, and it's gorgeous and also kind of bizarre, because there's all these clusters of influencers who are taking pictures of these women modeling in bikinis, and other people who are like in the waves with, you know, their children, all of these photo ops, so many photo ops. It was just such a different kind of experience. Or the delicious fish at a different place, you know, just all these things. And so I live back into this sequence of gratitude. This is an example. Every time I edit one of these, even if it's a sunset that while I'm walking, because I'm often walking at sunset, especially this time of year, I live back into this. And so it deepens the grooves, it deepens the neural pathways, it makes me more grateful. And at this point, I can tell you that there was friction when I was back with our daughter and her husband, but I don't really remember that, right? I remember the good. I remember what I put my telescope on, and I'm ready to go back again, you know, that kind of thing. So that was one benefit that came out of this. 5 minutes a day, dictating gratitude onto my phone. I'm so grateful for technology, because it makes it super easy. I don't have to sit someplace. I can go out, go on a walk, dictate the gratitude. Why am I telling you this? Because I want you to do it too. And it takes discipline, and it will change your life. One area of my life that has changed is I have fallen back in love with my husband. Now, did I fall out of love with him? Probably not. I don't think I fell out of love with him, but there's a sort of dailiness when we live with somebody, a sort of, back to the gratitude diaries, she talks about the same thing with her husband. There's all of these expectations about this person that you live with and you love, your partner. I expect you to do this. I just take some things for granted. And as a matter of fact, I thank my husband a great deal, because it's one of my love languages. But she says studies showed that women, and this was studies about women, so I don't know about men, but women only thank their husband really a fairly small percentage of the time in general for all of the things that they're doing. So I increased that thankfulness in my heart every time I went out on a walk and saw the solar panels, or where the wood had been trimmed in the yard, or all of the amazing things that he's done. I focused my attention on that. And now every time I see him, I'm just like, you're amazing, I love you, I'm in love. And it is such a good feeling. Did he change? Of course, it was all him. But of course he responds to it like a flower to this sunlight. I hate to, sorry honey if you don't want to be called a flower, but you know, the sunflower turning to the light. When someone expresses that appreciation and valuing and love to us, I love you, thank you. I love you, thank you. When we express that, it wakes up the sunrise of our being, the sunshine. We turn towards that. Every cell in our body turns towards that appreciation. And so if there is someone next to you or even across the room right now, if you would turn to them and just think thoughts of appreciation and say, thank you, I love you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Truly.
And
see, you can see now I don't even need to talk anymore because there's so much love happening in this room that it's kind of done. And thank you all. I love you. So I wanted to talk to you about that. So, as you can imagine, one thing that has been happening for me, because I realized this morning it's still in progress, is I have a habit of gratitude now. There's a lot of times when I'm driving down the road or I'm walking outside and I see something and it catches my attention, and my response is, oh, that's amazing, that's beautiful. I wonder if I should dictate a gratitude about that. But it's also okay for me to just appreciate things, right? The pair of hawks on top of that I saw on top of a telephone pole and a tree. Just beautiful. There's so much beauty in our lives. And I look for more things to be grateful for. So one day I was bending down and I was tying my shoe because it had come loose. And I look in my yard, because I'm outside, right? And there's these little tiny plants that have this beautiful sort of floral star shape. Each leaf is just a miracle. And I wouldn't have noticed that otherwise. Just the amazing small things and large things in our lives. Why does gratitude work? I don't know all the neuroscience. We know that positivity makes a difference for us. But one of the things I'll say is we have, if evolutionary theory is true, and I assume that it is, we have evolved from kind of our more animal brain. The fight or flight brain is a part of us. And that fight or flight brain wants to keep us safe. Even when we're in our ego, now we have a prefrontal cortex, this miraculous thing that can imagine all of the things that can go wrong and all the things that can go right, and is super useful to us and also trips us up. And so our fight or flight brain has come into this so that when someone says something to me, like my daughter did this morning, I don't even remember what it was because I've done my work, right? I've done my forgiveness or my non-judgment work. But I want to be defensive. Oh, I'm not like that. Or whatever, that my ego is going to protect me in different ways. And the ego is really valuable for that. I would not discard it. And yet, our ego is not us. And so gratitude is a way we step beyond that. So what we have evolved to do is to notice all of the things that might be wrong in our environment. What do we say about the news? If it reads, it bleeds. Or if it bleeds, it reads, right? That's what catches our attention. All of the things that are wrong are what catch our attention because that's what we need to fix in order to be safe. At a very basic primal level, these things might make me unsafe, and this is what I need to fix. What if we turn from that? What if we have an easy mechanism, 5 minutes a day of discipline, yes, but an easy mechanism to turn from seeing that to this beauty, to this wonder that is the everydayness of our life, to the fact that I have a roof over my head, to the fact that I have this center to go to and people to connect with, this center that has this amazing music and these amazing people and activities. What if I notice how the green plants are growing, and yesterday I saw a flower because, it's January, there's a flower. What if I focus on those things? How does that change me? How does that change my life. And so, unwittingly, as I told you 6 months ago, I started on this journey of changing my thinking and changing my life. I submit to you that you do your 5 minutes a day, whether it's a dictation or you write. It could be 3 minutes. I don't care how long it is. Who has ever tried this practice that they talk about where you write down something, 3 things you're grateful for every day? I have done that. And I want to know, was it more helpful for you than it was for me? It didn't work very well for me. Was it helpful for you? Somewhat? I think for some people it's enormously helpful. And that is a way to go. But if that's not working for you, then try this. Try actually just immersing yourself for a few minutes every day, writing down or dictating. I can show you how to do that if you don't know. Dictating what's good about your life, what's going on that is so amazing, and watch how your life changes. And then you don't have to edit it and upload it to Kindle Vella, but I would say go back a week later or a month later and read it again and go back into those feelings and see the miracle that you have been creating of your life, because you are the creators of your own life. I am the creator of my life. And as I change my thinking, as I change my thoughts, Ernest Holmes says, I change my world. I have a beautiful quote for you. If all you did was just look for things to appreciate, you would live a joyous, spectacular life. That's Abraham Hicks. Who wants to live a joyous, spectacular life? Who's willing to at least move in that direction? At the beginning, I had you write something down on an index card. And I want you to go back to that index card and reread it. And if it's something that's safe for you to share with someone else, I'd like you to share it with someone nearby. If it's not, then you can think of something else you're grateful for to share, because some things are very private. I don't know if I can step forward.
Nice.
Okay.
Did you have one?
Okay.
So you guys are going to Italy?
Those are a lot of things I'm grateful for.
What I'm getting from all of this conversation, what little bit I'm overhearing, is there's things we're grateful for all the time. Bring that gratitude front and center into your life. I love the laughter. I love the connection. And the connection with each other is amazing. That's another thing. So it all builds on itself, right? That's another thing to be grateful for. And so I want to fast forward 6 months to this moment in time, actually to a week ago Thursday. A week ago Thursday, I was driving to work. And as I do sometimes, we go in on Thursdays now. As I do, I'm dictating my gratitude. I do it safely. I turn it all on with my remote voice. It's all okay. I promise. And so I'm dictating my gratitude, and the sky has unfurled in these colors of pink and gold, and they're just intense and gorgeous, and there's a lot of it. I mean, it's not just a little frame of pink, which is also beautiful, but this is this incredible gold and pink. And there's a flock of birds over on the right-hand side of the freeway as the sky is lightening to my left. And the birds are, I've seen other flocks of birds, and they're usually these small birds that are swirling around. And these are much larger birds, and I'm wondering what they are. And I'm pretty sure they were gulls, as it turns out. We can say whatever we want about that. But there's these much larger birds. And as I'm driving to work, I'm thinking and I'm dictating, I really should start speaking again or I might as well start. It was more like I might as well start speaking again because I love doing that. It gives me joy. And I get to work, and work has been not too busy lately, so I had about an hour to go ahead and go back into some of my old gratitude posts and go ahead and start editing them for upload. I go back to early December. early to mid-December. And it was another day when I was commuting, and there was a hint of light in the sky, a little bit of pink, and I praised that. And there was a small flock of birds, and I praised that. And I had been thinking that day, well, what am I going to do when I'm commuting to work on these Thursdays? And I thought, well, one thing I could do, what I used to do, was practice my talks. So I could start speaking again, and I could practice a talk. And so all of this I kind of had forgotten about until I reread this gratitude post. And there was another one that talked about going to the Messiah sing-along with Reverend Patricia and some other people from this center. We had a blast in early December. So I start reading these old gratitude posts, and what happens that day? Obviously, I've already told you about the sunset and the birds. It's like, you liked the sunset? I will give you more. You liked the birds? I will give you more. You want to speak? Reverend Sharon texts me and asks me to speak. You liked the symphony? Reverend Patricia texted me and said, do you want to go to the symphony on Saturday night? All of this happened on the same day. And so what I am seeing now are the echoes and ripples forward in time, because it is all one. And so what I have praised, what I have given my attention to, is expanding in my life in the most amazing love for my husband, the most amazing experiences like this right here, right now, and incredible sunrises. And who doesn't want that? So change your thinking, change your life, start a gratitude practice, and I love every one of you. Namaste.
And now, it's time for our spiritual mind treatment.
Right. So if there is someone in your mind or heart that you would like in this treatment, just say their name.
Dan.
And know that all of these people, including all of my family, I'll put everybody in, and the entire world, whoever your thought, any situation that your mind is on, is in this absolute truth right now. And join me in this prayer as I speak. There is one infinite presence, one infinite divine intelligence, one infinite radiant being. And this infinite radiant being is all that is happening right here and right now. It is the divine order, the divine wisdom, and the divine peace. Infinite peace is all that is happening. It is the peace of the universe. God created all that was created and said, behold, it is very good. And this infinite peace and infinite love and infinite life are the goodness of the infinite unfolding in every mind and every heart. I, Debbie, am one with this infinite divine presence. I am one with life, with intelligence, with well-being and love. I am one with good, and I know this for each and every person here, including each and every person whose name has been spoken or whose name has not been spoken but is written in the hearts and minds of the people who are here and who are watching. There is good here. There is only good here. And it is unfolding as the perfect goodness of each and every one. There is health and wholeness here. Mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, every part of our being is part of the health and wholeness and holiness that is spirit. There is divine order here. There are wonderful, brilliant new opportunities that are absolutely the perfect fit, perfect jobs, perfect unfoldments, perfect solutions, and moving forward for every so-called problem in this world. There is peace throughout the world. There is goodness throughout the world. There is joy, and there is love, and there is laughter. And so I declare laughter and joy and love for each and every person in this room and each and every person who our minds and hearts have touched, are touching. This good is happening now. It is happening for me and for all of us as we expand this truth into the world with each step we take, as we know that where I stand right now is the beginning of my journey in every moment. My journey is right here and right now, and it is good. And this is true for all of us. It is good. It is good. And in this absolute knowing, this sweetness of being. I give thanks for answered prayer. I give thanks for answered prayer, for prayer is always answered. And I release this word into the divine, all-powerful law that says yes to my word, that pours itself into the mold of this word, knowing it is already done. It is already complete. It is done, and so it is. And now for music.
Who's feeling good after this?
I never thought I'd ever be playing this song in a place like this, but here we go.
They like variety.
Written down from the
Ooh. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2. I feel good. I know that I would. I feel good. I knew that I would. So good, so good. I got you. I feel nice, like sugar and spice. I feel nice, like sugar and spice. So nice, so nice. I got you. When I hold you in my arms, know that I can do no wrong. When I hold you in my heart, I know I can come to no harm. I feel nice, sugar and spice. I feel nice, like sugar and spice. So nice, so nice. I got you. When I hold you in my arms, I know that I can do no wrong. And when I hold you in my heart, I'll never come to harm, and I feel good. I knew that I would. I feel good. I knew that I would. You good, so good. I got you. So good, so good. I got you. So good, so good. I got you.
Wow. That was great. That was amazing.
Sorry, I checked out.
And so this is our offering time. What we are offering you is an opportunity to give and be in the law of circulation. So I want to tell you about our website, and we have an amazing website, and there's a donate page where you can donate if you choose. You can donate here this morning. And if you are donating to our building fund, that make sure you designate that goes into a different account, if you will, where we use our tithes for keeping the lights on and paying musicians and me and speakers, and the building fund goes strictly into our renovations. So thank you so much for that. And say with me as Reverend Patricia passes our basket, our abundance affirmation. Together, in consciousness of abundance, I give freely, knowing that I am freely given to. Thank you. We love this.
I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all.
That was such a beautiful talk. Wow.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful
so blessed. I am so blessed.
I am so blessed.
I am so blessed.
So blessed.
I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
I'm really grateful for our speaker today. That was beautiful, and I'll tell you why. I love hearing personal stories. I think that I remember the talk when I hear something personal. I'm going to remember what you said, and I just loved it, absolutely loved it. And yes, I do a gratitude journal, and yes, I do see the glass half full most of the time. So we also have prayer requests on our website. So there's a place where you can put your prayer in, and our prayer team will pray for a week. And I highly encourage that because we love to pray. Again, my class that I'm teaching will be on the first Saturday of the month, this next Saturday, and it's the last Saturday you can join. But it is a foundational class, so if you're thinking about being on the Board of Trustees, you might want to come to our class. We do need board members. So our volunteer day was changed, and I'm sure that we may very well have to change it again because we have found one beam in the sanctuary that needs to be replaced. Now that we've taken the sheetrock down and the insulation down, we found another boo-boo that is going to take a few weeks to fix. So we're going to keep you posted for our volunteer day. And I know it's going to be the perfect day, and there's quite I wish Larry could tell you about it, but it is going to be a thing that he has to do a thing to, so that the thing, and so we're so grateful for our team. And we do have a Zoom only. I call them Zoomers this morning. We have a class for Zoomers. And this can be an international class because it is on Zoom, and it is on Visioning a Way of Life, which is an accredited certificated class from Centers for Spiritual Living. And it's a fantastic practice that you want to have in your spiritual practice bag. Here is our gift for the week, our affirmation. Say it with me. Together, I am co-creating a world that works for everyone. And before our closing song, yes, it is this afternoon. Did you want to say something about that?
No, I just don't think it was on.
I didn't see it on there because it's today, and you're hopefully going to stay for our visioning workshop. Did you want to say anything about that?
Yes. Who's staying? I think if no one's staying, we may even want to take it to a different day. But we'll find out.
We will find out. Anyway, I know it's game day.
Exactly.
So, so I'm thinking that a lot of it's the last playoff game day, and we happen to be meaning the Niners are in the playoffs, and so I have a feeling that people are making hors d'oeuvres as we speak,
Yes.
and setting out the football party. And I do want to know where the Super Bowl party will be. If you can let me know later. So now for the benediction. And again, I just want to thank our musicians. I want to thank our speaker, and I want to thank our technicians who've made this possible, Doug Van Werkum, and I want to thank Ruth, our trusted project manager, who is trusting us to do this all by ourselves. How did we do? We did great, Ruth. And so let us pray, giving thanks absolutely for all that is good in this world. And earlier, as Debbie was praying, I was thinking of our politicians. I was thinking of our world leaders. I was thinking of all of the people in conflict and bringing gratitude and prayer to them right now, so that peace in the world, the desire to work together across the aisle, the integrity of our founding fathers, all that is good in this world, all that is coming to light in equity and equality, because we are learning from each other. There is so much good in the world right now, and the news is good. There is so much if we look at humanity where we have progressed. And so let us use this gratitude to lift up humanity into even more, as Reverend Debbie was speaking this morning. Gratitude is the root of abundance. And we bring love and thanksgiving to this moment so that it permeates everywhere in the world. And so it is. And now our closing song, and after that we'll have some social time, and there's some goodies back there. I encourage any of you who love to bake but don't want to eat the product to bring it here and share. Thank you.
It's just a sec.
What's the next thing? What do I do? Oh, well, I think I can. I might bubble a little bit. Okay, so you're all encouraged to sing along. All you're loving is loving. Okay.
Sit down, let your spirit